Bruh. Okay, first of all, I want to say thank you to anybody that responded to my post the other day because life does this thing, right? Where it just decides one day or a couple days out of the year, it's like, hey man, I want to test your limits. I want to see how far I can push you to that snapping point. So, I want to tell you guys a story. And this is actually one of the reasons how my show even started. Because of days like Tuesday. All I'm gonna say is, um, I'm just gonna title this one of the reasons I can't make this up was formed. All right. So we'll start with how my day truly began, which involved me waking up at 3 a.m. from a dream that I had that was crazy, which involved me standing in line at an airport in between Ronald McDonald and Dave from Wendy's. They got the talking shit to each other, and then they got the fighting. And then security came and pressed me out because they thought I was fighting the both of them, which didn't make sense. And I usually don't do McDonald's or Wendy's, so it was weird. I don't know. And I didn't even eat fast food, that day or anything, so don't know where that came from, but whatever. So, as usual, get up at 5 a.m., get ready for work, head out the door, and I make my way to work. It's a Tuesday, so it's a chill day. The weather's not too bad. I'm on the highway. I'm cruising, rocking, listening to my, podcast or whatever. And then next thing you know, I just happen to look at my temperature gauge on my truck, and I'm like, it's reading a little high, higher than normal. Matter of fact, it's the hottest it's ever been, in my personal opinion. And I start seeing smoke. That ain't good. So I pull right over. That's right. That's what you're supposed to do when your car's smoking. You pull over and you examine the problem. You don't make the problem worse for yourself. That'll cost you. Not just mechanically, but financially. For the adults out there that know what I'm talking about. But I digress. So I pop open the hood. I see smoke everywhere. I see cooling. I'm like, okay. I'm thinking my thermostat went out. Gotta get that fixed. So I think about where's the nearest AutoZone. I pour some coolant in there, and I drive my truck there. Hurry up and try to cut the engine off as fast as possible so I don't cause any damage. I go in there, I get the parts I need, and I start working on my truck. And it's like when I fix one thing, something else broke. Then I will fix that, and then something else broke. And I'm buying tools and shit that I need to make this shit happen. And I'm like, bruh, what the fuck is going on with this day? But I digress, right? So I get the parts fixed. I get everything cleaned up. I make sure there's no type of, anything unloose or nothing like that. Truck's running fine. I'm like, bet. I'm late for work, but I'm still gonna make this happen. And I start driving. And about 10 minutes later, it started running hot again. And I'm like, what is going on? So I do as much diagnosis that I could. Then I start calling my folks. I'm like, look, man, this is the situation. What do you think is happening? They telling me their perspective, and none of it's, adding up. So I'm like, I need a mechanic. So I called a couple people to see if they could find a mechanic that can come to me. And, I had a couple of callbacks, but nobody serious. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna throw this day away. Take my truck home, get it to a mechanic, and let them fix it, right? So I called a tow truck. Cool. Called the tow company. hey, we're gonna get somebody right out to you. That's a bet. All right, this is my location, this is my telephone number. Tell them to call me when they on the way. So, you know what I'm saying, we can get all this lined up and, get everybody squared away. And the next thing you know, it was like 3 hours later. And by this point, I was on the phone with them at 10 a.m. Right? 10 a.m. And I started watching Transformers the last night, which was the last installment, I believe, to kill time until they got here. And then I noticed I made it 80% through the movie. I'm like, wait a minute. I shouldn't have been able to complete this film, let alone get halfway through waiting on the tow truck. But he said it's cool. Paused the movie. I called them. They didn't pick up. I said that's not good. He picked up at first. You should be able to pick up now. So I called, leave a message, and about an hour later, I get a call back. Any guesses to what happened? I'll let you choose. I tell you what happened. The people that run the tow company told me that the driver broke down on his way to pick me up. Yeah, the tow driver that came to pick up my broken truck, broke down on the way to get me. All right. I can't make this up. I said, wow, okay. So she says she's going to dispatch out another guy because now he's waiting on the tow. So I said, cool. Within 15 minutes, this other guy calls. He asked me for my location. I'm like, wow, she should have gave that to you, but whatever. I texted to him, and he comes to get me like 30 minutes later. I'm like, cool. He gets me hooked up. You know what I'm saying? He hit me with a temperature check. Wow, all right, you can ride with me. No problem. We get in the truck. We start driving, and he says he doesn't have GPS on his phone, so he's gonna need me to direct him to where I gotta go. I said, cool, no problem. So I'm giving him directions. We ride. Everything's cool. I'm like, all right, this is the highlight of my day. I get to go back home and forget this shit. I might have a drink or something like that. And then the tow truck did this jerk thing. And the first thing I did, I went and looked back at my truck. So I'm like making sure ain't nothing happened to it. But after it did that initial hard jerk, it started putting. I'm like, hey man, everything all right? I'm looking over at him. And he's like, I can't believe this. I said, you can't believe what? He said, man, I thought I was going to make it. I said, what? He was like, I ran out of gas. You ever laugh to prevent yourself from getting mad? Like, I was just like, you say you ran out of gas? I just got out the truck and started walking. Like, cause I knew I was gonna punch him. And I ain't even know this man, like from Adam. But I knew it was coming. Like, I'm gonna punch this man. Out of all people they sent this motherfucker. Do you know that he had to call one of his co-workers to bring us gas to put in our truck? Oh my goodness. Oh man. So that took 45 minutes. And he's apologizing to me the whole way. And I'm not saying a word to this dude. At this point, I want to get away from him as fast as humanly possible. We go to the gas station. He gets more gas. We make it back to my house. I'm like, drop it right here. He drops the truck. He asks me for the signature. I sign the little papers or whatever, and he leaves. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is fucking ridiculous. But gotta shake this off. It's over with. Now all I gotta do is get my truck looked at. and I can chill. I go in the house, hop in the shower, prepare myself a meal, and I go to settle down. And then you wanna know what happened next? It's Tuesday, right? So I got a notification on my phone that Dave Chappelle's new special, The Closer, just came out. I'm like, this is gonna get me over the hump for the day. This is what I've been needing. And then for some reason, the powers that be at Comcast was like, hey man, that shit that Facebook did the other day, that shit got him a lot of tweets and shit, right? We should try that shit. And the other dude was like, nah, we're gonna do that shit right there in the Landover area. And the dude was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And then I had no internet. I couldn't do nothing. And I'm just was like, okay, this is the last chat for the day. So I'm sitting there with my Hotmail, no internet, and the rest of the day on my shoulders. And I'm like, okay, time to go to sleep. Forget this day. You win. You got it. I'm gonna forget about you. But tomorrow I'm on your ass. So yeah, that's what happened. And yeah, fuck Tuesdays. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and listening to my struggles. Shit happens. It is what it is. But hey man, y'all take care. All right.
I can't make this up. Being the wingman got me punched in the face by this crazy chick. I can't make this up. Gave this cool old man to ride home. Now I'm harboring the fugitive. I can't make this up. Pinned between the fat chick and the speaker. Now my shirt smell like her backside. I can't make this up. It's all bad cause my man about to get stabbed in his hand over french fries. Bet. I'ma let you tell you that story one day, man.